Brewmaster, you very much built that Aghanim Scepter.
Prepare for battle.
In general, this Arkosh gaming lineup is very tanky, so yeah, the damage curve from 5ManMidas really has to go the right way. If they start to lack in the damage department, this game becomes very hard for them. And RRL, the Ember game that he had previously was also looking like a really good Ember game. This Quap game, you can't just play freely. There is a disruptor around.
Yeah, they're finding Vol here once again. Arkosh with their movement here, looking to go onto this Mars here. Can they finish him off though? He's walking away on 10% HP, and Ray, already with so many decay stacks, will be able to survive for now.
Yeah, he's kicking him out. He can look at it. 4 heroes running away from one undying. He's got 20 strength. They're right to run away.
For sure.
I would have liked to see 5ManMidas go a little harder there. They could have if they wanted to.
So we'll see here in this game number 3, deciding match for 5ManMidas, who, as we said, are definitely the underdog in this series as Arkosh Gaming coming from Division 1 here. But in the second game, they've shown they can bleed, and it will be a 2-for-2 bounty run split. No first blood yet. We've had both games so far has had a first blood before the 0-minute mark, and this third game doesn't. We're in for a close one.
I hope you're right. Yeah, this is it's a pretty normal occurrence, isn't it? For like the first 2 games to be pretty Rambo style, and then game number 3, let's take it easy. Everything's on the line now for both of us.
Yeah, that's for sure here. And we see here this tiny IO lane versus a Mars Snapfire. I would favor the offlane here from 5ManMidas, but the tiny is just gonna look to get his farm, and then at some point at 15 minutes, it's gonna have a shot and then start to flash farm.
This is a lane where Sanctified and Vol will have to look for the kills from time to time, because if they just lane up versus Tiny IO, they're going to get out-regened. And of course this Tiny with his tree is going to do a lot of damage versus this low armor Mars. He's stocked up on HP, as you can see.
Yeah. As meanwhile, in the top lane, we have Gremlo on his Timbersaw versus the Undying Medusa. I mean, Medusa not really the strongest laner, but Undying more than making up for it with SSK. And with the Disruptor here, like Timbersaw, if he gets to a certain level, he's just unkillable. So if 5ManMidas looking to make any plays here early on?
Looking to put as much pressure as they can as early as possible, and you can see Ray really just pushing the limit here. He has to, because later on in this lane, ouch, this Medusa is going to get shoved under her tower and killed. It's just a question of when, really. Timbersaw is very happy with this lane.
Yeah, and Forsaken Oracle once again blocking the pull camp here, making sure that 5ManMidas not going to be able to make any lane shenanigans here with pulling. And Forsaken Oracle? Oh, he wanted to wait to put a glimpse up, but Ray, he TP'd into the trees, and so Forsaken Oracle knew he couldn't use the glimpse on Ray there. Which would have been pretty disastrous for an Undying to not be able to be there for another whole minute pretty much. For the Medusa.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially because this is an Undying that died because he didn't want to use up all his regen. He wants to use his full new mana and health pool right now to contest Gremlo again. But it's to do that now.
So meanwhile, in the mid lane, we have the Queen of Pain versus this new Brewmaster with the stances. How do you feel about this change, by the way?
I like it. It's sort of like an advanced tread switch, which is which is cool. But you gotta have a lot of presence of mind in order to keep constantly switching around. A bit Invoker-like as well. Definitely makes the Brewmaster more adaptable. Working quite well for him so far, though. Not necessarily keeping up with the Quap in farming, but at the very least, with the Thunderclap, he can get the range creeps whenever he needs them. And he can push out this wave into the Quap who has indeed, because she's up first this melee lane, she has been skilling into the Shadow Strike, so she can bully him up. But I mean, she doesn't push as fast, and she won't farm as fast later on either, as we've seen with a bunch of co-ops who really only take 1 level Shadow Strike and immediately max the screen.
Yeah, I mean, so far these lanes looking pretty good. It's like a very early snapshot here of the last hits, but they are pretty much ahead in every single lane. What is this mid Brewmaster? Like usually we see, even this new Brewmaster, we see him in the off lane. Monkey, of course, a little bit weird picks here. Brought out the Shadow Shaman, brought out the Bounty Hunter mid. Now Brewmaster mid. What can we expect from him?
Most likely going to see him attempt to go for a kill on level 6 on this co-op, trying to get the support from the side lane, specifically the Disruptor, to come in to help him. It's not the greatest though. I have a Disruptor,
Meanwhile,
so...
in the bottom lane, they get the kill onto the Snapfire. That's not really a kill that should be happening. The IO Tiny lane.
Again, it's you gotta take risks here if you're 5ManMidas, because otherwise this Tiny will just be farming. I can see why it happens, even though, you know, you're saying, oh, this is a strong lane. Well, they gotta leverage that as well. Oh, well, there goes any ambition for the mid lane.
That's a big kill there as the rotation from Sanctified. He did die, but he then with his rotation enabled a kill on the mid lane. Like he's very happy with himself right now.
Yep. And as we saw in the previous game, if RL has a good game, 5ManMidas has a good game.
And he's actually maxing out 3 points in the Shadow Strike. We don't see that as much anymore. We see like 1 or 2 for the lane dominance, but then more points in the Scream of Pain in order to flash farm. Is it just because like he feels like he can like really leverage this lane here?
He really wants to punish Monkey for this melee pick. But Monkey is having none of it. He's just going to be in the small side camp, will only really show under his tower. And he's got vision to watch these rotations now as well. Level 6 onto RRL now already though. He is quite far behind. They saw Sanctified.
Yeah, half a level behind, and even like being pushed away now from the wave again. So meanwhile, up top here, it's gonna be a tombstone being laid down by the Undying. That's just gonna be some free money here for the Disruptor.
Wonder where they think the Undying is, though. They're still looking for Monkey here. He's a tanky boy.
Monkey, he just wants his level 6 there. Even committing with some nukes there, gets his level 6. And now, what is he gonna do with this? Looking to secure the rune. That's gonna be an Invis rune. Gonna be picked up by RRL though. Uh-oh, Monkey might be forced to use the split here. Forsaken Oracle has arrived. That's going to be the Cinder Brood. There's going to be the split now, looking to go onto Ray. And that is going to be a dead Undying. So they get the kill onto the support with the first split. And some damage onto this mid tower.
And normally you try to force this co-op out with the ultimate, but...
Uh-oh, RL jumps forward here. Monkey, the cookie! So close. That was very close there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Snapper has left again, and Pale Horse and Crow are looking to make the best of it against this Mars.
All with the double bracer now. Pretty hard to actually kill him, but at the same time you can see that this Tiny is shoving him back hard.
That's going to be a toss. Yeah, Vol, he's not really taking the damage there. But Disruptor has arrived now. There's going to be just the Thunder Strike, no glimpse.
And Monkey is getting hated on.
Yeah. The Tombstone even laid down to secure some more hits onto this tower. Is now the TP coming in from the IO. Looking to help Monkey out here a little bit. Monkey though, he's getting very low here. There's gonna be the Sonic Wave, the stun with the cookie. Monkey will survive though with the heal of Crow. Gremlo now has arrived. Has the Chakram, looking to chunk somebody down. and most likely will find the Undying. Yes, Monkey straight behind him. Yeah, this Undying is so dead.
Not quite worth it for Gremlo though, I think, because he was pushing out the top tower. He had the wave onto the tower, and now instead Sanctified has made his way up there. He's going to get his level 6.
Then how come I keep dying?
我问一下兄弟们有什么想法呢？
Sanctified going to get hunted now.
Yeah, he just wants to get as much experience as he can onto this tier 1 tower for as long as he can, because it will be taken by this Timber Saw at some point.
They don't really have the tools to deal with him until there is an Orchid over on the Queen of Pain. She's making decent progress, but that first ult being wasted does mean that she's going to deal a little bit. Yeah, there he goes. She's going to have to wait a little bit longer. Scream not yet maxed either.
Yeah, and that is where like the 3 points in the Shadow Strike can hurt a little bit. It will hurt your farming speed, but he's already #1 in net worth. As in the bottom lane, they get the arena out onto Pale Horse, but no mana for the spear, and Crow coming in with the tether, jump forward by RRL, but do they have the damage to bring down even the IO here? As now, even Monkey has arrived, uses the split 3-man avalanche, but the cookie coming out from the Snapfire, the stun from Monkey, finds Wall here with the Brewlings. Do they have enough damage? One more hit, the stun coming out, and Monkey gets the kill. They get the lift up onto the Undying as well. Heavy rotation from Arkosh, but they get the 2 supports. Actually, not the 2 supports, it's Mars and the Undying. And Sanctified, they have Glimpse. Is he gonna get in range? It's gonna get the Glimpse as well. Do they have the damage to bring down the Snapfire? They get both supports, including then the offlaner. Very good fight here for Arkosh. At the same time, up top, Gremlo was just pushing the tier 1 tower. Oh,
Yeah.
RL coming in, leans up with the Sonic Wave.
He was very unhappy to not have the Sonic Wave for that previous fight there. I was wondering why they were making that rotation without having a Sonic Wave frame, and you could see the outcome of that. So yeah, he's fine. I'll get back here. I'll get that IO. But now they won't have it again for the next time. I'm not sure that an IO kill here is enough.
A Monkey, like the first brew split, maybe not the best usage of just getting a support, but this second one enabled 3 whole kills on the team. Lies, meanwhile, he has just been farming. He is level 9, well on his way to the Yasha. Gremlo arriving here, but he has maxed out reactive armor now, so plus the Hood of Defiance, he is fine. That's gonna be the Static Storm coming out from Forsaken Oracle, looking to go on to Lies. Lies completely out of mana here, cannot get anything off and will die. The first time he showed anywhere up, and he will fall for it. That's a nice 3-man arena by Vol, but misses here. They find the kill onto the IO, but will lose the Snapfire for it. Ray just looking to make it to kill off Monkey here. Gremlo though, he is too tanky. A 2-for-2 exchange, but you can't be happy as 5ManMidas. You lost your Medusa.
Yep, and you can see there really that whenever that Sonic Wave is not online, 5ManMidas is struggling to get the damage out. They really needed Ray there to stack up some of those decay stacks on the enemy strength cores in order to get to do anything at all. And this is a problem that they're going to continue to have. Medusa only scales into the damage pretty late on. You're going to see Manta style, presumably into a Skadi, and only then are we going to see the first damage item come out. So up until that point, it's really just RRL that has to do that. And we can expect Arkosh to
straight axe on the Brewmaster.
I expect it's got an Urn of Shadows to enable his early rotations, tanking up nicely with that. And after that, straight into the axe. And I think he has the time for it, because the enemy game is completely reliant on RL getting this Orchid and starting to get pickoffs with that. And up until that point, 5ManMidas can't really make any moves.
And I really like the decision here from Arkosh. After they defended this bottom tier 1 tower once, now 5ManMidas is back for it, and this time they don't want to defend anymore, just looking to maybe get a trade in the mid lane for this mid tier 1 tower, which Arkosh would be very happy. At the same time, up top though, Pale Horse gonna be saved by the relocate of Crow.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Ooh. And meanwhile in the mid lane they find Ray here. Io most likely gonna die from coming back here. They're bringing back Pale Horse actually, and they're just gonna take out Sanctified. Sanctified gets the Scatter Blast off and the cookie. But yeah, one more hit from Pale Horse. And that's both supports going down. They lose their mid tower. Actually, mid tower still standing. Never mind.
It's as good as dead. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
is under attack.
Like once Gremlo arrives and tanks the tower again, it's gonna die.
exactly.
Is under attack.
And you can see there the reason that the Tiny comes back is like, yeah, Sonic Wave is not here. What are they gonna do to me?
And it really kind of begs the question, as you mentioned, like where's the damage output for 5ManMidas now that like on the side of Arkosh everybody has their levels. Like they're just tanky because they're like strength heroes. And like the Timbersaw, they're tiny, they're Brewmaster. How do you finish those heroes off?
Well, with this Orchid that's now coming in, and at the same time there's also a Blink Dagger flying for the Mars, they haven't quite timed it super well together, so yeah, this is not an Orchid reveal. I mean, sure it was a reveal, but...
It was a reveal. We can say that. It was not the best reveal.
They saw he had
but
an
it was
Orchid.
So now Gremlo finds Ray here. Timber, so has his Sanj finished already. Ray puts down the Tombstone, and are they still looking to fight this? They're gonna take the kill with the Glimpse. Arena coming out here from Vol with the Spear, and the Mortimer kisses over the top. Monkeys is dead before he can get anything off. Gremlo is still standing strong, however. It's gonna be assaulted by zombies though.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Jump
attack.
forward here by Vol. Pale Horse has now arrived, looking for the toss onto this Mars. Vol is going to die, a little bit overzealous there, just stepping on forward, not respecting what Arkosh can do there. And the glimpse onto RRL. The Sonic Wave gonna be used, but it doesn't finish off anybody. It at least allows her to survive, but that just means Snapfire is gonna die, and it is getting rough now for 5ManMidas. That was now like 2 or 3 Sonic Wave usages that did not result in any kills.
And now Crow already has his mech, so that is burst heal to offset that burst damage as well. One of the reasons that nobody again goes down to the Orchid there. And yet, this, even though it's only a 1k gold difference right now, 5ManMidas is in quite the pickle. They're going to lose a lot of terrain here.
Yeah. Medusa at least has a Manta style finish, so she has that item, but still ways to go to the Skadi. And I don't really see Arkosh Gaming to like really let it go much longer. Like the Tiny has his shard, so he is like farming very fast, and once he has the Shadow Blade, most likely also participating in a lot of fights.
Yep, but right now their vision that they are placing aggressively doesn't actually seem to be sticking. And that is a problem. If they can't contest this Medusa, if they're going to have to fight a high ground into a Skadi Medusa, even if she doesn't have any damage, their very melee high lineup is still going to have trouble.
Do you think if this game goes long enough and the Medusa is able to keep on farming, at one point she can do like 1v5 against this Tiny? Although, hold that thought here, they're gonna find the glimpse here, the cookie gonna be there, Lies is gonna get out for now. Gremlo gonna be assaulted by zombies from the Tombstone, but at the same time down bottom.
His bottom tower has fallen.
What? How did the
RL
quad
going down.
die?
I honestly
don't
don't
know.
know. She must have blinked into a wave.
Yeah, not
It's the only
expecting
way that
Pale
I see
Horse
it
to
happening.
be there, and Tiny takes tower so quickly. Pretty sure this tier 2 tower is dead. As they have to sustain from the IO, they have the damage from the Tiny. And Tony is back. Pale Horse. Oh, they want to go high ground? Ooh,
Yeah.
they want to go high. I'm not quite sure about this one, but as long
Absolutely.
as nobody's responding out now,
Bottom tower is under attack.
just propping it. Like, they still
Who
don't
is gonna
see
stop them?
anybody. Yeah, that's gonna
have
be
a
the
split.
blink here by both. Icy Arena plus the spear onto Tiny here, but the sustain from the IO. Monkeys is going to die first though. Relocate, going out from the IO without anybody. And Arkosh Gaming will be retreating. They forced everybody back though. They will lose Monkey and IO for it.
Yeah, that was very close though to if the Brewmaster doesn't walk into the wall of the arena there again, I do actually think he might get split off.
Yeah, if
that
he gets
entire
split
fight
off, I
turns
feel like
to-
that is one fight for Arkosh. And that's the scary part, I feel like.
Exactly. So they took a chance at winning the game there. Sure, it didn't pay off, but they also drew the entirety of 5ManMidas back again. This Tiny is going to be huge. He's got the Shadow Blade now as well. That's where the damage starts coming in. He can either finish off
Yeah.
the Silver Edge if he wants, or move into the BKB.
And with the help of the IO, like even his attack speed is working very good. Now, Arkosh looking towards top, most likely gonna take this outpost and then claim these tier 2s. Maybe even go for an early Roche, as there is no more Sonic Wave for 40 seconds. Pale Horse doing exactly that.
Radiant's
Looking
bottom
for the Roche.
tower is under attack.
We now also
And
have
this-
the Agnum Scepter finish for Brewmaster.
Exactly. So we've got 2 charges on the Primal Split right now, and they can force any objective that they want with this. Like previously, we've seen Monkey get caught off guard by the silence coming out from the Orchid and the fact that they have enough damage if they just focus him. Now he can just pop it before he walks up.
Yeah. So now the scan is coming out here from 5ManMidas, but it does not look like they want to contest. That is going to be an Aegis into the hands of the Tiny. And the immediate smoke up here from Arkosh, looking towards the enemy triangle. It's only RRL and Ray in here. Ray, that's a rest in peace right there. Unfortunate.
He's happy to tank that gank. He's an Undying. At this point in the game, that's like half of your job description. The other half is pop Tombstone and pray.
Dire's middle tower
Pop Tombstone at a good location. So now this tower just gonna be taken down by this Tiny. And how, like the question is now for 5ManMidas, now the real test starts. How do you hold this high ground? As he just splits off. And there, Gremlo looking for the racks here. Oh! The glimpse back on the Mars with the arena.
Dire's bottom barracks.
That's an arena now down. Oh no. Oh no. They lift up the Medusa. There's gonna be a tombstone gonna be laid down and the spear putting Monkey very deep, but he has another split up. Mortimer Kiss is coming out, but where's your damage coming from? You're just losing your racks here already, and Gremlo just bringing every strength hero down just because he's Timbersaw. Pale Horse, another avalanche. He still has an Aegis. That's going to be a spear onto the Timbersaw. As meanwhile,
RRL.
on the other side, they found RRL. RRL gets the split, gets the blink off, however, but will still fall. And oh no, this is not looking good here. Snapfire gonna fall as well. Double buyback from the Mars and the Queen of Pain. They wanna hold this, but how do you hold? They're ignoring the Medusa. They're saying the Medusa does not hurt. The Medusa does not
she
hurt. She
doesn't.
has a Mantis ultimate orb.
Exactly. She tickles. Sure, she'll tickle for a long time, but that's fine. You've got an eye. You can just sustain straight through that. And I love how early Arkosh went up here. Like, yeah, fine. We'll risk losing another couple heroes here, but we know you can't defend. Your Medusa is not an obstacle. You don't have a Skadi. You don't have anything that looks like damage. And especially RL's attempt there on the backline's not paying off. Means that now he's without a Sonic Wave again.
And it's also it's like all these small parts in these team fights where It feels like Arkosh are outclassing 5ManMidas. Hold that thought as Monkey is getting gone on here. The arena coming out as Timbersaw is now here as well, brought in from the IO, looking to take on Ray here. But now it is fighting in the Tombstone. That's going to be 3 heroes dead. Gremlo trying to TP out. Does not work out though.
Dire's top tower.
And
That-
you're good at this Caster Curse thing.
I really am. I really am.
Outclassing, you say, good sir.
Let me show you how we're classing. Yeah, I mean, before that, like it's the small things of like getting the glimpse of onto the Mars as he got the arena, or getting the Static Storm onto the Queen of Pain as she jumps in. All of those things, but now with those 3 kills, Lies also finding the tier 1 tower, has now a Scotty finished. Meanwhile, up
Might just be
top
too little
though,
too late though.
yeah, Pale Horse has finished RRL. And
He's
now-
got a moon
He has
shard.
a moon shard. Okay. Just having a moon shard here on the Tiny. I mean, they're pretty far ahead. There's going to be a spear, though, onto the Brewmaster before he got any split off. Do they have the chain locked down to
silence?
bring him down? Can he get the split off? He can't. Still, it's going to be Brewmaster down. And that is the way that 5ManMidas needs to take this fight. They need to get the fight with Brewmaster dying before the split. Uh-oh. Pale Horse is looking for anybody to walk up there. Actually, just okay. In that case, I'll walk up.
He still has half a minute on that Aegis. He'd love to use it right now.
It's going to be
Blade. Okay,
Gonna go-
Gremlo.
gonna go on to Forsaken Oracle here, though. Pale Horse is gonna get gone on here by the tower and has to lose his Aegis. It's gonna be a Stone Gaze coming out. Gremlo has gonna go into the backlines, looking to go onto Pale Horse here, but Pale Horse just turns it around onto Bull. Cookie coming out onto Lies, another stun onto Pale Horse, but he is so tanky. They want to take out everybody else first. IO is going to die, but Gremlo still standing strong. Sanctified is going to die. Pale Horse coming back in test. How about we deal with this Medusa right now? There's going to be the Static Storm connecting with the Kinetic Field. Buyback from the IO coming in with the relocate. The break coming out and the split. All just used on that Queen of Pain onto that Medusa. And Medusa gonna be lifted up, being brought down, tossed, and she is dead. Buyback from her. But it feels all a little bit too late here. They're just gonna take the racks. And Arkosh have now megaed 5ManMidas. 25 minutes into this game.
Yeah, you can try to defend here with your Medusa, but it's tiny. Look at him go.
Tiny man. It's a pretty strong hero. They're gonna get the disarm here onto the Medusa. Do they have the damage to kill her in the fountain? They toss her out of the fountain. And avalanche and Lies is gonna die a second time. They're dieback for him, and GG's are called. As Arkosh win this series 2-1 in pretty stompy fashion in all 3 games. One time they got stomped, and then 2 times they do the stomping here. But this 3rd game, it did not look